As we ring in a new year, it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of fresh starts, new goals, and resolutions. However, for many people, the reality of January brings the heavy burden of holiday debt. Whether it's from overspending on gifts, travel, or seasonal expenses, the financial aftermath of the holidays can feel overwhelming. But here's the good news. You can recover from holiday debt, and 2025 can be the year you finally break free. With a thoughtful strategy, a little discipline, and a clear plan of action, you'll be able to tackle your debt and set yourself up for a financially healthy year ahead. In this video, we'll talk through effective strategies for paying off holiday debt, offer tips for managing your finances moving forward, and provide practical steps to prevent future debt accumulation during the holiday season. 1. Assess the situation. Know what you owe. The first step to tackling any type of debt is understanding exactly what you're working with. Before you can formulate a plan, you need to know the full extent of your holiday debt. This means gathering all your credit card statements, loan documents, and any other records of holiday-related spending. Take note of the following. Credit card debt. How much did you charge during the holidays? What is your current interest rate? This is important as high interest rates can quickly snowball your debt if not managed properly. Store financing and loans. Did you take advantage of any store financing offers? If so, what are the repayment terms? Personal loans or borrowed money. If you borrowed money from friends or family to cover holiday expenses, be sure to include these amounts. Unpaid bills. Did you defer any bills to pay later? Make sure to track those as well. Once you've gathered all the information, calculate your total debt. This is the number you'll need to address over the coming months. The more detailed you are in this assessment, the easier it will be to create a realistic debt repayment strategy. 2. Prioritize high-interest debt first. When it comes to paying off debt, not all debt is created equal. Some forms of debt, like credit card balances, can carry high interest rates that make it more difficult to pay off the principal balance. This means that any payments you make will go mostly toward the interest and less toward reducing the actual amount you owe. That's why it's crucial to prioritize paying off your high-interest debt first. By focusing on the debt that costs you the most, you'll reduce the total amount you pay in interest over time. For some, though, small wins matter, and getting momentum of paying off debt helps them commit to the process. So here are 2 well-known methods to consider when tackling your debt. Debt avalanche method. The debt avalanche method involves paying off the highest interest debts first while making minimum payments on others. This strategy is ideal if you want to save the most money in interest payments over time. For example, let's say you have 3 debts: a credit card with a $3,000 balance and a 20% interest rate, a personal loan with a $5,000 balance and a 10% interest rate, and a store credit card with a $1,000 balance and a 15% interest rate. With the debt avalanche method, you'd focus all your extra payments on the credit card with the 20% interest rate until it's paid off, then move on to the store credit card, and then the personal loan. The debt snowball method. On the other hand, the debt snowball method prioritizes the smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate. The idea behind this method is to build momentum by paying off debts quickly. As each balance is paid off, you move on to the next debt with a larger balance. For example, using the same debts as the example above, you would start by paying off the store credit card, the smallest balance of $1,000, and once it's cleared, move to the credit card with the $3,000 balance, and finally, tackle the personal loan. Both methods have their merits, so choose the one that aligns with your personality and financial situation. The debt avalanche will save you more money in the long run, but if you need motivation and a sense of progress, the debt snowball method may work better for you. 3. Create a repayment plan. Now that you've got a repayment strategy, it's time to create a clear, actionable plan. The key to successfully paying off holiday debt is consistency and realistic numbers. Set a timeline of how long you want to take to pay off your debt. This will show you how much debt you'll have to pay down each month. While it's tempting to want to clear everything up quickly, setting a realistic time frame will help you avoid feeling overwhelmed. To avoid the temptation to skip a payment, set up automatic transfers. Take the decision away from yourself. If you're paying off multiple debts, consider automating minimum payments to each one, then putting any extra funds toward your highest priority debt. 4. Cut back on unnecessary spending. While paying off your holiday debt should be your top priority, it's also important to adjust your spending habits in order to free up more funds for repaying this debt. Cutting back on discretionary spending can make a significant difference in how quickly you can pay off what you owe. Here are a few places you can cut back. Subscriptions and recurring expenses. It's easy to forget about subscriptions, especially after a busy holiday season. But take a look at any recurring monthly costs like streaming services, meal kit services, or subscription boxes. Are there any you can pause or cancel? Even eliminating one or two services can free up extra money that can be directed toward your debt. Cut back on dining out. If you tend to dine out frequently, consider cooking more at home. Meal planning and prepping can help you save both time and money. Plus, this doesn't mean you have to sacrifice flavor or convenience. There are plenty of budget-friendly recipes that are quick and delicious. Shop smarter. While you're prioritizing paying off these holiday debts, you don't have to completely stop spending money, but you should become more intentional with your purchases. Look for discounts, use coupons, and take advantage of sales when buying necessities. Small savings here and there can quickly pay off a debt. 5. Avoid adding to your debt. The most important rule when tackling holiday debt is to avoid adding to it. While it's tempting to make impulse purchases or rack up more credit card charges, it's essential to stay disciplined. Here are a couple of tips to avoid adding to your debt. Pay with cash or debit. Using cash or your debit card can help prevent overspending. If you can't afford something right now with the current money in your bank account, then don't buy it. Start a no-spend habit. Consider doing a no-spend challenge for a week or month to help reset your spending habits. This can help break the cycle of impulse spending and reset your financial priorities. Save for large purchases. Instead of charging something to your credit card, start saving for it ahead of time. Once you have the money saved, you can make the purchase without worrying about debt. 6. Consider debt consolidation or refinancing. If you have multiple high-interest debts and are struggling to keep up with payments, debt consolidation or refinancing might be worth exploring. These options allow you to combine your debts into a single loan with a lower interest rate, making it easier to manage your payments. Debt consolidation involves taking out a new loan to pay off existing debts. The goal is to secure a lower interest rate, which can save you money over time and streamline your payments. Refinancing. If you have a personal loan or mortgage with high interest, refinancing might help. This option allows you to replace your current loan with one that has better terms, such as a lower interest rate. Now, these options won't be for everyone, but it could make sense for some. Before moving forward with either of these options, be sure to research the best available rates and terms, and consider speaking with a financial advisor for guidance in your specific situation. 7. Preventing future holiday debt. You've got momentum now. You're paying off your holiday debt, but we know that the holidays will come around again, so let's look ahead to next year. One of the best ways to stay debt-free is to plan for the holidays well in advance. Here are a few strategies to help you avoid falling into the same trap in the future. Set a holiday budget. Decide how much you're willing to spend on gifts, travel, and entertainment before the holiday season begins. Stick to that budget and avoid impulse buying. Start saving early. Like right now, you can set up a dedicated savings account for the holidays. If you start saving a little each month, by the time the season arrives, you'll have the funds available without having to rely on your credit cards. Shop with purpose. Make a list of people you need to shop for and stick to it. Avoid overindulging or buying things on a whim. Tackling holiday debt can feel daunting, but with a clear strategy, discipline, and a bit of patience, you can regain control of your finances and start the new year on the right foot. By assessing your debt, prioritizing payments, cutting back on unnecessary spending, and planning ahead, you'll be well on your way to a financially strong year. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Each step you take will bring you closer to a debt-free future and a healthier financial life. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend, and we'll see you in the next one.